The Weldon B. Gibson Distinguished Volunteer Award is the WSU Foundation's highest honor for one very deserving volunteer. It reflects a lifetime of service to Washington State University and is named after Hoot Gibson.
He was certainly a leader and a fireball, and one who was absolutely dedicated to the welfare of Washington State University.
The Gibson Award recognizes the enormous service and contributions to the development and health of our great university.
You know, Washington State University couldn't be what it is today if we didn't have the help of so many great volunteers and leaders and philanthropists.
Tonight, it's an opportunity to recognize the work that this year's Distinguished Volunteer has given to this university.
He's one of the nicest guys on the planet. He's also one of the most effective people, whether he's leading a civic committee or whether he's at his desk and leading a business operation. But he gets things done.
He was born in Spokane to Swedish immigrants in 1925. He grew up near Manitou Park, spending many of his grade school afternoons at the park like hundreds of other kids. He graduated from Lewis and Clark High School and began attending Washington State College in 1943. However, World War II altered his plans, and he enlisted in the Navy for 2 years. When the war ended, he re-enrolled at Washington State College. It may have been fate, because he met his future wife upon his return.
It was one of the sorority mixers, formals, I guess it was, and so we all dressed up, rented tuxes, and the girls wore formals, and had a good time.
He graduated with a degree in economics in 1947, then received a degree in education 1 year later.
So we didn't have money for an engagement ring, but we had the understanding.
They were married in Spokane right after Jody graduated in 1949. Our recipient's lifelong affiliation with Washington State University continued right after graduation when he joined the Alumni Association. He taught school in Roselia for a while before signing on with Murphy Favor in 1955.
Well, he was the past president of Murphy Favor Investment Company here in Spokane, so his knowledge and expertise in the investment area has been very valuable, serving on various committees at Washington State U.
Too many committees to name, and he supported multiple programs throughout his nearly 60 years of dedication to our university.
He's contributed quite a bit to Martin Stadium renovations way back in the 70s.
Contributing to the stadium where he loved to watch his Cougs.
And we used to go down to the ball games together. He's just interested in the outcome of the ball clubs, especially with me because he knew I was an ex-athlete.
He was on the first visiting committee back in the late 70s, and so was I, and that was the predecessor to the foundation. We had virtually no money, and we raised very little money too, by today's standards, and but had great aspirations.
Those aspirations made way for a fairly seamless transition to today's very successful foundation. Tonight's recipient helped make that happen.
I think he's the epitome of the foundation of the foundation. I mean, he is the example of the person who signed on early, who believed in the mission, who stayed with the task, and who made it work. And I think that's what it's all about.
He endowed the Faculty Excellence Awards, which are making a lasting impact for Washington State University. For nearly 25 years, 77 faculty have received honors.
From my point of view as Vice Provost for Faculty Affairs, he's made an absolutely critical contribution to the university.
Teachers are rarely recognized for the good they do. This involves teaching and then research and public service, so it covers three facets of teaching. And we've been privileged to meet the teachers each year who've won the awards. And I can't tell you how much fun that is, how much we appreciate knowing them
He is also a longtime supporter of the Museum of Art, making sure it's a viable and well-respected part of the campus.
In the late 80s, we had a charge to develop some campuses. Spokane has a wonderfully varied mixture of higher education supporters. And his business acumen, his ability to bring us into the community was very influential in getting us the support for WSU to end up with a campus there.
Our recipient also chaired the Golden Grad Class Gift Project, which, along with the class of 1997, built our memorial arch. The original arch was donated by the class of 1905 and symbolized the entrance to Washington State University. It proved to be a difficult project to chair and took years to complete. But tonight's winner never swayed from the task.
He's somebody who finishes what he starts and doesn't make a whole lot of noise about anything.
The memorial arch was dedicated in 2003.
It's again emerging as one of our real symbols.
His peers think this honor is long overdue.
He gets things done by being a nice guy. He makes you want to do it.
I'm delighted that he's receiving this award because it's all right to be humble, but you also have to let people recognize it so they know that is a characteristic that is something they should aspire to.
He's just one of those humble, honorable men from a different generation. I'm not really sure that we make men like that anymore, and he's a very special guy.
Tonight, the Washington State University Foundation honors Lee Sahlin as the 2007 Weldon B. Gibson Distinguished Volunteer.
If you were going to pick a poster boy for the Hoot Gibson Award, Lee Sahlin would probably be the perfect guy. And when you take the picture of that poster boy, Jody would be right by his side.
They're a great team. Lee and Jody have raised 3 children, John, Janet, and Eric, and they have 1 granddaughter, Jordan. One last thing about Lee's persistence in building the arch.
I always wondered if maybe there wasn't a little more to it, if maybe, you know, just speculating in my mind, maybe he stole a kiss from Jody under that arch. He never told me that, but, you know, I'm suspicious.